Now an update on a story we called the Lincoln Project. Last October, we reported how veteran Republican strategists and ad makers outraged with then President Trump. Now the Lincoln Project has been beset with scandal and controversy.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a political commercial hits the exact right note? The Lincoln Project has sparked controversy with their latest parody commercials, and this time they, along with Magic the Gathering, really got under Trump's skin. These commercials are humorous and make a strong statement because they emphasize distinct facts and dramatic contrasts.
Republicans, current Republicans.
We have a particular set of skills.
These are old school rhinos. We want to defeat Trumpism. Just trying to peel off about 4%.
Knew that if we buy these Fox News spots, eventually he was going to see him.
Weaver and Schmidt, all losers.
You've got a turd in the punch bowl, it's not punch anymore. It's shit water.
People aren't going to tolerate any more of this.
Lincoln Project has raised $90 million.
We have the opportunity to help save the goddamn country.
I would like to notify you that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump are going insane over some very violent parody advertising that the Lincoln Project has created. MTG believes she can voice her illogical opinions without fear of criticism, but these commercials? They're not only making fun of her, but they're doing it in the loveliest way imaginable. Trump possesses humanity. He could as well be throwing ketchup at the walls right now. That's how furious he is. That's probably why he has a weaker golf swing. Imagine him swinging away, furious at how unfair everything is, like a small child whose favorite toy has just been taken away. However, this wasn't the dinner's worst aspect by any means. In full panic mode, Magic the Gathering is simultaneously trying to stop the damage before it's too late. People are giggling at how absurd they have made her, and there are adverts for her everywhere on the internet. Trump and his supporters are clearly unprepared to handle the issue.
Gonna be just fine.
You never heard of this. All of a sudden, it's got the world aflutter.
We only have 11 cases, and they're all getting better.
This is their new hoax. We have lost nobody.
Whatever happens, we're totally prepared.
I didn't do it. I don't know anything about it.
The U.S. is under a national state of emergency.
We did shut it down, yes.
And these satirical advertisements are taking a serious toll on them. Those closest to Trump, such as Matt Gaetz and the other Freedom Caucus members, ought to be in front of you. They are a constant reminder to all that their true motivation is not to act in the best interests of the nation. The public is tired of the Republican Party's seeming inaction.
The number of confirmed cases continues to surge.
I think that we're doing a great job.
Hastily arranged airport screenings across the nation have shut down restaurants and bars.
We pretty much shut it down.
And another brutal day on Wall Street.
Press is in hysteria mode.
Anybody that wants a test can get a test.
Heat kills this virus.
We don't have enough tests.
And I think it's going to all work out fine.
I don't take responsibility at all.
And talk-only platform. Furthermore, even when you think the instability brought on by the Lincoln Project cannot get any worse, it does. With these advertisements, they continue to criticize MTG for her repeated criticism of Dr. Fauci and her illogical conspiracy claims. Furthermore, instead of calling him by his full name, she now refers to him as Mr. Fauci. She seems to be trying to discredit him because she was a nasty student in school. She has even gone so far as to claim that the whole reason he imposed public health limitations was to confuse people. But don't go just yet. There's still more to this carnival. Stay put. How did Trump respond to the parodies that the Lincoln Project helped to spread? There's not much there, but the overwhelming noise. Whoa, that's so Trump. His infuriating gripes about how unfair everything is and how his family is never included have been widely publicized on Fox News. He's been getting agitated lately. It is terrible that Melania must constantly tolerate her crazy husband's actions, and even their child Barron cannot escape the chaos that his father's frequent arguments create.
Donald, we noticed something. More and more people are saying it. You're weak. You seem unsteady. You need help getting around.
An anonymous, really an anonymous country, and you deserve.
Are you sure you don't have dementia? Have you had a real doctor check you out? You keep confusing things.
And we did with Obama. We won an election.
It's not the finest moment to be a Trump fan right now. Think about this. On social media, Trump made reference to going to Barron's high school graduation. Apart from expressing sincere excitement for the occasion, Trump said he is a great kid and a smart one at that. But you recall how he acted combatively when he said he was being denied release by a court. However, it appears that he was allowed to depart after all. How do you feel? He even caught a couple couple of Z's there. He took a seat and shut his eyes. He did, however, leave a sincere remark saying that it was both everything and a beautiful moment. Isn't it kind of seductive? Nevertheless, it seems more like a statement you would make to your dog following obedience training than a statement regarding your child's special day. That was a really personal touch. Whoa. This is just another workday in the bizarre world of Donald Trump with all of his bizarre circumstances and outlandish remarks. There's always more to learn about him, so stay tuned. The Lincoln Project is not the only group that uses comedy to highlight how ridiculous politics can be. Presenters of late-night talk shows, including Jimmy Kimmel, are now involved in the conversation. They use skits and gags to highlight how out of control things are becoming. For instance, Kimmel produced a program about Marjorie Taylor Greene's irrational tirades against Dr. Fauci. He makes a serious subject approachable and even humorous by using humor to expose her ignorance and draw attention to the actual fallout from her comments. However, this wasn't the dinner's worst aspect by any means. The best at becoming a valuable tool in the current political environment is Jimmy Kimmel. He has this amazing gift of making even the most ridiculous political crises of the day seem like good television. As we watch him perform his magic, it's hard not to be astounded by his ability to hold our attention while pointing out the silliness and dishonesty of people like Trump and MTG. Take into consideration, for instance, Trump's vague comments on climate change. Kimmel answers with a simple graphic that's easy enough for young kids to grasp. He has this unique ability to make us all laugh and comprehend the strange behavior of public officials, even though we still shake our heads in astonishment. Keep an eye out, since comedian Kimmel consistently delivers a hit show. Hello, have you seen the latest controversial advertisement? It did a fantastic job of combining some of Trump's more provocative remarks against our nation's heroes with images of our beloved military personnel. Essentially, it was a declaration that enough is enough and that Joe Biden should be included. It was also the perfect timing, as it was announced shortly before reports surfaced of Trump's purported remarks from 2018, according to which he had skipped a visit to an American cemetery in France and called the fallen soldiers suckers. It is noteworthy that the answer was obtained in a timely manner. The advertisement was completed in a timely manner by the Lincoln Project. They quickly created the Twitter hashtag #WeRespectVets. All were welcome to submit photos and stories about themselves or about family members who had been in the armed forces. The goal was to portray a picture of true bravery that contrasted sharply with Trump's alleged remarks. Before you knew it, the hashtag had risen to the top of the rankings and was the most popular political issue on Twitter, trending worldwide. Hold on though, this tale is more complex than it first appears. Just when things were starting to settle down, the Lincoln Project discovered yet another startling finding on September 9th, 2020. They released an advertising right away that was aimed at Senator Lindsey Graham. They called that thing a parasite. That really was as unnerving as it sounds. Isn't that video of the maggots scavenging enough to give you the creeps? Over this unsettling picture comes a sarcastic piece that makes fun of Graham's unwavering support for Trump. The message was short and powerful.
Some animals can't survive unless they take. They don't establish natural equilibriums. Some animals are parasitic.
Parasites do not discriminate between excellent and poor hosts. But wait, that was also the beginning of the Lincoln Project. You would be wrong if you thought that was all there was to it. In addition to criticizing politicians, their campaign attempted to stir thought and get people to contemplate what great leadership meant. They persisted in pushing the envelope of what was conceivable, making their points with forceful language and vivid images. Each ad they released felt like a fresh chapter in this ongoing narrative concerning politics and morals. The whole series of events shows how powerful and quickly evolving social media can be in shaping public opinion. An advertisement has the ability to quickly and radically change the narrative, and a single hashtag can start a national discourse. The power of every voice to change the world serves as a constant reminder of our interconnectedness. In actuality, Mike Madrid was among those responsible of starting the Lincoln Project. As a young Latino, he joined the Republican Party in the late 1990s. He has spent some time studying how people vote. Mike wanted to help the people in his community get more involved in politics. He had grand goals in mind. He even succeeded in rising to the position of political director for a California-based business. But in 2016, things really started to go south.
That the health of our American democracy is not in trouble if Donald Trump is reelected. We enter a very precarious and very fragile time as a democracy We have been counseling people as a Lincoln Project.
Mike saw that despite Trump's offensive comments on immigration, a large number of his own acquaintances and colleagues remained Trump supporters. He was deeply disappointed by that. When prominent politician Schmidt openly criticized the party in 2018, the situation got worse. It grieved him greatly that immigrant families were being split up at the border. He used Twitter to criticize this policy, drawing comparisons to some of the most horrific crimes in human history, like slavery. He said that the Republican Party in its current form was a threat to our democratic system. He spoke without holding back. Still, that wasn't the worst of it. Eventually, another founder, Galen, surfaced, and he raised grave worries about Trump's policies.
That paying hush money relates to your core constitutional duties.
Up for debate in a Donald Trump presidency, but
again,
okay.
shocked that Mr. Trump had not presented any evidence at all that hiring and paying your own personal attorney relates to your core constitutional duties.
Especially the way the government had employed anonymous personnel to suppress Black Lives Matter protests. It was a major divergence from Republican Party mainstream opinion. Ron Stowe, the initiative's youngest creator, expressed alarm after observing how harshly his state's federal government was dealing with protesters. Ron was very uncomfortable with the idea that democracy should be taken for granted and emphasized how important it is that his generation come to terms with democracy as a reality. Its vulnerability is like an accumulation of overdue parking tickets. Republicans and former Republicans known as the Lincoln Project are well known for their sharp and humorous ads that target Donald Trump. This is something that needs to be considered in light of the presidential administration of Donald Trump. Trump's reply, in which he labeled the Lincoln Project a failure, suggests that he is becoming increasingly agitated with these commercial parodies. However, his indignant reply suggests that he is being impacted by these commercials. The Lincoln Project aims to sway election outcomes by causing a small, maximum 4% change in public sentiment. They fight against what they perceive to be harmful politics influenced by Trump by drawing on their extensive knowledge of Republican strategies. In one of their ads, Trump is shown in a courtroom, highlighting the legal problems he is now dealing with. It's humorously hinted in the scene that he might be so nervous that he needs diapers.
Has this ever happened to you? You're sitting in court again, under pressure and stress. And then a warm feeling comes over you, uncomfortably warm. Down there. That's when you need Trump diapers. Trump diapers, adults incontinence product for owning libs on the go, while you go. Trump diapers contain a comforting, patent-pending fiber.
Always look orange.
With Trump diapers, you can sit all day in luxurious comfort, whether you're busy ending democracy or just rage posting on social media without consequence. And Trump diapers make insurrection easy. You'll never need to poop in the Capitol again. Trump diapers, for when you're losing your shit in more ways than one.
Acting in this manner, they are trivializing Trump's seeming unease with his legal matters. It's clear that these ads are having the desired effect because Trump is furious about them. The Lincoln Project created these advertisements with the goal of encouraging viewers to think critically and assisting them in assessing the political candidates they are supporting. They want the conversation to go on about what Trump did and how it affected people. Every commercial mixes political commentary that is both amusing and thought-provoking in an effort to grab viewers' attention and start a conversation. These commercials give the impression that Trump's ability to sway his supporters is starting to wane. The Lincoln Project is about more than humor. It's about education through satire, as even his most devoted supporters are starting to see problems with his administration. They also provide viewers a clearer picture of their goal with every subsequent advertisement by giving them more details about the motivations behind their activities. This ongoing project aims to provide an entertaining and instructive explanation of why it's critical to keep up with current events and actively participate in political processes in the real world. Republicans who are unhappy with President Trump's actions are the main focus of the Lincoln Project.